YouTube podcast world. You already know the name, Pace Plays Podcast here. Going to be giving y'all week 7 of the NFL picks against the spread, the underdogs. I may hit you with a couple totals that I might like. By the way, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, pass the word around. This is only going to get bigger. We're going to keep elevating, going up. Okay. Shout out to the Bengals again last week covering 2.5. It was a close game, but I appreciate that. We'll be going straight off the phone. We're going to be looking through DraftKings. So this is the DraftKings numbers and lines that I'm getting. But the one thing I realized last week, we'll talk about real quick, that a lot of the unders have hit. I think the unders pretty much went almost damn near undefeated last week. I didn't realize that until I was looking at some of the game scores. I'm like, oh, yeah, this definitely must have been an under game. And also depend on when you got the line too, right? So the one thing I've realized, though, the prime time, the Monday night games, overs have not been hitting. There's been a lot of unders. So we'll talk about that when the Monday night game hits. But let's get into it, though. Thursday night football, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans is minus 3-point favorites. I got the Saints to win the cover. The uncertainty with Trevor Lawrence. We don't know if he's going to play. He's day-to-day. This is a short week. Look, they're 4-2. If I was them, let them sit this game out. You guys won't win this game with a backup quarterback. Let's just be honest. But it's the fact that you got them ready. Your division is pretty much weak. With the Saints, they need to win anyway, man. They've been kind of desperate. I called them losing to the Texans, right? And I did say Stroud got an interception, but the fact that Stroud bounced back. But, I mean, with no Trevor Lawrence, there's no offensive plan. You're at New Orleans, too. Tough environment. I see New Orleans to win and cover this game easily. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions traveling to the DMV. Shout out to DMV, man. I fuck with y'all. The Baltimore Ravens. Ravens minus 3-point favorites. Ravens to win the cover. The Lions won. Look, the fact I went either or, because I did go to Good Friday and I said the Lions have a chance to win this game. This one, it being at Baltimore, it's a tough environment. It's going to be cold and rainy, and it's not sunny Florida. I want to see how does Goff handle that. If he handle it when it's cold and rainy, if it does rain, I want to see him handle this, because this is a team that's explosive as hell when it's a mild temperature or in a dome. I want to see it. They haven't played against a quarterback like Lamar all this season that we know is going to create. He's going to create some shit some way, somehow. Whereas with his legs, on the run, throwing the ball, somehow, some way. You know, Zay Flowers, they got some explosive players. Zay Flowers, the receiving corps stepped up, and it's really Mark Andrews. Who's going to cover Mark Andrews for the Lions? And that's what I think that might be a problem, because once Andrews open up, then you got to cause attention with him and then everything else. And then the run game is solid. But the Lions, they've been decent on the run game, but it's really Lamar Jackson that I think, if he does what he's supposed to do, they easily win and cover this game. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Foxborough, take on the Patriots. Patriots are plus 9-point underdogs. Wow. To say Bill Belichick is a 9-point underdog, I thought, if you told me, I would have been told this, hell, even 10 years ago, I would have thought you were fucking crazy. But give me the Patriots to cover, Bills to win. Look, can we be honest? The Bills should have lost Sunday night, right? Y'all saw that last play. That should have been a pass interference. But, you know, bro, that's how that is in primetime games, bro, with these teams, bro. A lot of these big-time teams be saved off certain shit. Bills look kind of – but I told you, though, the Giants, they had a guy as the Daboll who knew everything about the Bills, so it was kind of easy to run. But if I'm the Patriots, I'm doing the same thing. I'm running the ball. I'm not doing too much. We're going to let that clock run, and we're going to limit the possessions of Josh Allen. That's what the Giants did. That's what I'm assuming the Patriots would do. The defense is still up there. It's really the offense, right? Can they at least score 2 touchdowns? If they can score 2 touchdowns, they may actually be able to cover this game, but I still think the Bills win. Next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Tampa to take on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are minus 2.5-point favorites. Bucs to win the cover. This is a good bounce back spot. it goes to what I tell you with the Falcons. You need to stop the run first, and then everything else opens up. As far as defensively, if you got to let Ritter beat you. And I know Jared Goff beat them, but Jared Goff is better than Ritter. Way better than Ritter. I don't even think Ritter should be a starting quarterback. I think he should be a backup. But with that being said, though, what's the over? The under is at 38 and a half. See, I could see it being a 2017 game. So if it goes under, that's my theory of a 2017-point game, and you would still have the Buccaneers to cover by 3. It'll be one of them ugly games, just like I had Cincy, right? It was ugly as hell, but they won. I think Baker bounced back. This offense bounced back. 6 points at home. That's embarrassing. I do think that you can score more on this Falcons defense than most people think. So I'm going to take the Bucs to win and cover. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Indianapolis. Browns are minus 2-point favorites. I got Browns to win and cover. If Deshaun Watson comes back, I'm definitely taking a -2 with the Browns. There's speculation that he is coming back. Big win last week. I'll give the Browns that. Even with P.J. Walker, I knew P.J. Walker is a solid backup. I've been the one vouching for P.J. Walker. I saw them games at Carolina. They won a lot of games when he was starting. Little do people know. But with Watson coming back, man, it's the continuity with the offense. You know what the defense can do. And with the Colts, on the other hand, solid defense as well. But we did kind of see what Gardner Minshew came back to reality. We were all geeked up about the win against Baltimore. Played against the Jaguars, and we saw how that went down. And I could see the Browns harassing the shit out of them just like they did Purdy. It don't matter. It doesn't matter who the quarterback was. It was even Lamar Jackson. They were doing solid. It was the offense that was fucking up. So give me the Browns to win the cover in a controlled environment in a dome. I'm taking the Browns. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Windy City to take on the Bears. The Bears. Bears are plus 3-point underdogs. I don't give a fuck about that. Raiders win the cover. No Justin Fields. If you're telling me there's no Justin Fields playing, you got an undrafted backup quarterback coming in, and I saw how he played against the Vikings. I know he kind of got thrown into the fire, but I'm still not with it, and I won't go with it. I picked the Raiders, even if it's Aiden O'Connell. I at least saw something out of O'Connell. Even from his Purdue days, I saw what I saw in that one game he played against the Chargers, which they had a chance to actually win that game. Better offense. Max Crosby is now playing back to Pro Bowl caliber player. That's the thing. If I'm the Bears, I would just let Fields not play the rest of the year. You're going to have a first. You're going to at least have two top 5 picks. In my opinion, you don't draft Caleb Williams. We saw that game against Notre Dame. He's going to have a lot of rookie mistakes just like that in the NFL if he comes out. I say go with receiver, go with offensive tackle, or go with receiver. You go with Harrison for sure and trade that pick, get something back for another year. Kind of like what they did last year. That's my analogy with this year. Yeah, man. But they've been a lot better. We can say that at least. They've been a lot better. But give me the Raiders to win this game. Next game, we got the Washington Commanders taking on the Giants. Giants are plus 2-point underdogs. I got the Giants to win in the cover. If Daniel Jones is back, I really like them to win in the cover. I know it's a typical NFC East matchup. It's going to be an ugly-ass game. But like I mentioned about the Bills, the Giants had a chance to win that game, and Daboll found ways to move that ball up and down the field. So with Daniel Jones, and as long as you got Saquon back, it's going to make something shake, bro. I mean, I almost feel like if Daniel Jones had a chance on that 1-yard line, I think he would have scored instead of time. I mean, I don't know, bro. That shit was just bullshit. But give me the Giants to win and cover. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are minus 8-point favorites. Seahawks to win the cover. I don't even like big ass numbers like past 7. But what somebody actually has been saying, what I've been saying has been true. The Cardinals are in games and then they fade out. I saw that game against the Rams where they were actually up, 9-6 at the half. And then I don't even think they scored a whole other fucking point. It was like, well, all right, we're there. All right, we're good. You know, the talent is way better with the Seahawks. Yes, I bet against the Seahawks last week, but this is a brand new week. I'm going to take their offensive weapons against this Cardinals defense any damn day of the week. So I'm just relying on the defense to back up. If you see -7 in any other books, I would take -7. Actually, hold on, let me see. While I'm actually looking at it, let's see. Okay, you got -7.5 on FanDuel. So if you consider that, but that still pretty much mean you got to win by 8. So you can give a take on that one. But yeah, I'll pick Seahawks to win the cover. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the West Coast to take on the Rams. Rams are -3-point favorites. I got the Rams to win the cover. And I know the Steelers have been a team that finds ways to win. And I don't think a home field will matter because, it's in LA. Like, if you watch that Cowboys game last night with the Chargers, you realize how many more Cowboys fans there were than Charger fans, other than that one lady that kept going viral. But you get the point. I know that don't really matter at this occasion. I think the Steelers team is not that good. Defensively, they're good, but Matt Canada is holding his team back offensively. I say this is the game where I think they need to fire his ass. If he don't at least put up 20 points and win this game, his ass needs to be gone. It's the play calling for me that I can't rock with Pittsburgh. Not on offense. I can't get with it. Sean McVay at home. They got to win last week, so I think they're kind of, they're trying to feed into that momentum. Stafford has been looking pretty good this year. I've always said that even his Lion days, Stafford is one of the most toughest quarterbacks I've seen of this modern day era. But, Cooper Kupp, the running back situation is a little thing, but they'll plug in somebody, bro. That's just how the Rams are. They don't really run the ball like that anyway, but Rams win the cover. Next game, we got the LA Chargers traveling to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs are -5.5 favorites. Chargers to cover, Chiefs to win. I see it being like a 27-24 game. I don't see it being these games are getting closer and closer when it comes to these two. And Chargers desperately need to win the game after what happened last night. I think they're in desperate mode. The Chiefs, do they really cover games? Like, even when they cover games, it's the most ugliest fucking way they cover. And 5.5 to me is still a lot of points. I wouldn't be shocked if this number gets bumped up to 6, maybe +7 by game time. Now I got a decision to make if it's +7, because I have a feeling everyone loves the Chiefs, and I wouldn't be shocked if the public is all over the Chiefs this week. I would not be shocked, but I'm taking the Chargers to cover, Chiefs to win. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers traveling on a Mile High Broncos country. Let's rock. Not trash, but you got the Packers as a favorite. If Aaron Jones played, this team wins. Packers. I don't know I don't even have a pick for this game. But I need to rant on both of these teams. The Packers, bro, what are we doing on offense? You do this weird ass running the ball shit when we're down 10-7. Bro, with anything from 7 to 14 points, bro, we shouldn't be running the ball first and second down every fucking drive. That's what we've been doing. The defense been stepping the fuck up. Can we get some for the offense? Jordan Love, Watson, can we get something? I mean, I'm tired of my defense actually having to be out there every fucking drive because y'all can't do y'all part. Devontae Adams had some little 4 catches for 40-some yards. To beat Devontae Adams, that's pretty fucking solid if you're the Packers. I mean, Zaire Alexander already said it. Our defense has to be the one to step up. Can we get some offense? I mean, A.J. Dillon, you're playing like dog shit. Aaron Jones, every fucking week I'm hearing you coming back, and then you play one play and then no fucking play. What are we doing? Matt LaFleur, are you missing Aaron Rodgers? Because, I mean, what are we doing? And the Broncos on the other end, I can't really fucking judge this team either, bro. I mean, the defense fucking sucks. I mean, they played decent against a division rival. Yeah, absolutely. But Russ, what are you doing? I do think they have to run the ball a lot. To beat the Packers, you're going to have to run the ball. And I see a lot of Javonte Williams in this game. And the way that I keep leaning more into it, I'm going to have the Broncos to win this game because it's a mile high. That's probably the only reason why I think they win. That defense finds ways to make Jordan Love fuck up. Because I think it's a defensive game. And you know what? Let's look at the over-under. Because this might be a good underplay right here. Over-under is at 45. I got to go under. You have to go under. Because I think it's under, bro. It could be a 23-20 game. And I think Broncos win. Packers, y'all need to get y'all shit together, bro. What do you want to do? Do you want Jordan Love on the team or do you want to tank? Y'all need to make a choice so I can be okay with it. Because I'm tired of this inconsistent play. And the defense has to be the only one to step up because your fucking offense, Matt LaFleur, is fucking trash. Sincerely, a diehard fan. All right, next game, y'all. Next game. We got Sunday Night Football. Miami Dolphins traveling to brotherly love, Philly, to take on the Eagles. Eagles are minus 2-point favorites. Eagles to win the cover. I love the Dolphins. Don't get it twisted. I love Miami. But in this spot, after Philly coming from a loss, which was a tough L, but I had the Jets covering. But when you play against the Jets defense, just like the Browns defense, it's possible you could lose a game because that defense alone is just so dynamic. But, yeah, man, it's just a simple fact with Tua. It's going to be a cold game, probably 40s, 30 degrees in Philly. And I don't know how Miami can tune into that. It's going to be a rough environment. Your offensive line is already kind of suspect, Miami. So if Jalen Carter comes back, and we already know how the rest of that Eagles D-line is, they're going to come after you. Darius Slay will probably be the biggest question, right? Because their secondary isn't the best. So you got to worry about who's going to check Tyreek Hill and Waddle. But over-unders at 52. I like the under in this game. This is pretty much what I'm saying. I think Tua makes some mistakes, and I love Tua. He's been pretty exceptional this year. But this is the perfect bounce-back game for Philly. So I'll be taking Philly minus 2 in the points. Lastly, we got Monday Night Football. This is a stinker. 49ers traveling to Minnesota. 49ers are minus 6.5. I got the Niners to win the cover if McCaffrey is playing. And that's why the number dropped, because I think it was at 7.5 and it dropped down a point. I don't know what's going to happen with that. And with Victor Vikings, this is a tough situation too. What do you do? You know, you're not going to trade Kirk Cousins. But if he wants to leave free agency this offseason, then what? You know, do you tank? I mean, there's no Justin Jefferson. What do you do? And if you're the Niners, bro, this has to be the team you have to dominate and bounce back against, right? You lost to Cleveland, which was a tough game to begin with. It was a tough environment. It's Cleveland, bro. It's shitty outside and the grass out there and it's rainy. Come on, bro. It's Cleveland. We fucking know this shit. You feel me? A lot of teams lose the ugly games in Cleveland. But I expect the Niners to bounce back against this bad secondary. I'm not holding no grudges on them, but I mean, secondary isn't good. Your offense hasn't been good. I'm gonna just call it a button, bro. Press the take button. That's what I do. Just press the take button, bro. Niners to win the cover. You guys keep liking the content, man. We'll have Good Friday. Best bets for football, college football, NFL. And then, of course, we'll have basketball coming up soon the following week. We'll probably talk about that sometime in the middle of the week. But as always, guys, be safe out here. And let's get this money, man.